Hello, my crafty friends. I have a special video for you today. I'm sharing the August 2020 new release at Your Next Stamp. August is Your Next Stamp's birthday month. 11 years. So it's a really fun new release with something for everyone. There's lots of crafty goodness to show, so let's get started. First up on the new release is the Slim Circle die. So this is for a slimline card, which are very, very popular. They've been popular for a while, and that trend is not slowing down at all. People are loving this format of card. So a folded slimline card is 3.5 by 8.5 inches. And this die cuts just under that. So you would have the card base border all the way around. There are so many things you can do with this. My mind is just spinning with ideas. Probably the easiest would be to cut it from white cardstock that you've inked with blending brushes. Put acetate behind and create a shaker. So you can add things on top, but this die is going to get a lot of use and it's going to be very popular. Next up is the heart stripe. I love hearts, and this one is going to be a fun addition. You can use this to cut the shape. You can also use this outline die to cut a window in a card. This die cuts stripes, and I did kind of test it out to see how it worked. But I'm thinking if you ran it through, there are 7 stripes, if you ran it through 7 times with different colors of cardstock, and the outline die is the same size, you could add adhesive to this outline piece and then start alternating colors of cardstock. So if you cut 7 different colors and cut 7 bases, then alternated, you'd end up with 7 rainbow hearts that you could add to cards. Just to point out, as one of the design team, I believe Sue did a sample that was shared earlier this week for our previews, but she did 3 hearts along a slim line, so that's another option for you, is to layer them, and they could go in a horizontal or vertical. So that is the heart stripe. And speaking of hearts, next up is the lifetime of happiness. The hamsters at Your Next Stamp are so popular, and this is an absolutely lovely set for wedding cards. We've got hamsters on a cake, we've got little kissing hamsters in a floral wreath, hamsters in a heart-shaped hot air balloon, and 2 hamsters hanging from 2 heart balloons. The sentiments are congratulations and wishing you a lifetime of happiness. Also, this one, Love Doesn't Make the World Go Around. Love is What Makes the Ride Worthwhile by Elizabeth Browning, and best wishes on this wonderful journey as you build your new lives together. And this die is not just for wedding cards. I can see using it for anniversary cards as well, and I really want to put both of those on either an action wobble or a spring, and this would be really cute with the Your Next Stamp slider die. So it cuts a track, and the 2 hamsters with the heart balloons can be sliding along the track. So that's going to be another fun one. There are also coordinating dies available to purchase separately. And there's so much detail in the Your Next Stamp dies. I love them. So they will also cut in between the sections of the hot air balloon. They cut away this section in between the heart balloons. And not only does the die cut the inside away, but the little portion in between the kissing hamsters and the heart will also be cut away. So those are really great details in the Your Next Stamp dies. Speaking of hamsters, we have a Hammy birthday set. This one is called Hammy Happy Birthday. And we have 3 hamsters. This one is on a balloon string. We have a hamster with a cake, a hamster with a gift. There are 2 hats and 2 gifts. So you can stack gifts around your hamsters. This hamster can be wearing a hat and have gifts falling out of his hand. And there's some great sentiments as well, not only for the outside of the card, but sentiments for the inside, which I always appreciate. So happy birthday in a really sweet script. To a super cool kid. Now, this is a great stamp to use for cards, even, well, I was going to say love notes for the kids' lunch boxes. Who knows what's going to be happening with our kids and COVID and back to school, but to a super cool kid is going to be a stamp that you can use for more than just birthdays. Have a marvelous day is another sentiment that you can use when you're just sending happy mail or letting someone know you're thinking about them. Surprises are the best. Another year older, and you just keep getting stronger, wiser, funnier, and more amazing. What an uplifting sentiment. If somebody sent that to me in a card, it would just make me feel really good. And finally, you deserve everything happy, wishing you that all year long. Once again, there are dies available separately that cut out all of the little details, and they would cut out in between the balloon strings as well. So that is the Hammy Happy Birthday set. Whatnot Sentiments 14. And I really like that these words are all separate. I like the size of them, so they will fit nicely on one of the stitched fishtail banners, also from Your Next Stamp. But you can combine the words to create all kinds of sentiments. So sending sunshine and glitter, sending kisses, sending you happiness. So not just for birthdays, there's good vibes, sunshine, kisses, love, a versatile stamp set. And this is one that I will be making a card with and featuring later on this month. Celebrating You. Another smaller stamp set here, but with nice sized sentiments. And the image is also a nice size. So I love making slimline cards. I look at this and I think slimline. If you're doing a horizontal slimline, you could stamp it twice. You could mask it if you wanted. You could put the hamsters or peeking monsters in behind it, and the sentiments, happy birthday and celebrating you with all the joy you bring to life. Both of those are such a great size for inside your card or as a focal point on the outside. There is a die available for purchase separately that cuts out the gifts. Next up is Falling Confetti. I'm really excited about this one, and it's a set that I chose to work with for a card that I will be showing later on in the video. So the confetti, again, I'm thinking slimline and a horizontal. It could be sprinkled across. It can be vertical in a slimline. It works perfectly on an A2 size card with the size of it. It would be absolutely beautiful on a dark colored card base, heat embossed with a sparkly embossing powder, even a multicolored sparkly embossing powder, stamped in rainbow colored ink, or swiping it with markers to get various colors on it. I think there's a lot we're going to be able to do with this one. And the sentiments are, this calls for confetti. There is so much to celebrate. So happy for you. And sending you some kindness confetti, as long as a smaller little confetti that I would use. I always decorate the inside of my cards, so I really like that there would be a coordinating confetti stamp for that. And while it's a perfect set for birthdays, I just think to send out happy mail, sending you kindness confetti would be a great card to send out. With everyone staying home so much, I don't get to see family and friends as often as I would like to, if at all. So I am sending out a lot of happy mail to let people know I'm thinking of them. We have dots and shapes. If you like clean and simple or graphic styles, this is a very cool stamp set. So we have both the solid shapes and the outlines. And I think if you were to stamp this in, say, a light colored orange and then gold emboss the dots on top, you can stack them. You can make background paper that would coordinate with the project that you're going to use in both an open or a solid shape. Some of the design team is really excited about this one, so you'll be able to see some of the fun inspiration that they've come up with and going forward as well. Gnomes are very popular in the stamping world right now. So your next stamp now has happy gnomies. And the design team was so excited when they saw this set. So we have 4 different gnomes. This one has got a basket of flowers. This one is shooting flowers up in the air. He's just so happy. We have a gnome with a puffy flowered hat carrying a potted flower, and then a gnome with some heart balloons. Again, I think this will work for Valentine's Day or just to let a friend know you're thinking of them. There are coordinating dies available for purchase separately, and once again, it would cut out that space in between the balloons there. The sentiments are great. Hello, friend. You're awesome and you know it. Love you, Gnome. I love you no matter what. Sending smiles. And there's nobody like you. This is a really fun set, and I will have a card to share at the end of the video using it. To coordinate with the gnome or with the happy gnomies, we have Gnome, Sweet Gnome. Now, they can also be used independently, but I love that you could really make a fun scene or work together. And with these homes, I love that they're not all mushrooms. So many gnome stamps that are out there seem to be mushrooms. So I love, like, this is a little tree trunk with an upside down flower for the roof. Lots of coloring opportunities, and I just think they're going to be a lot of fun to color up and make some just delightful scenes for your cards. The sentiments, Gnome, Sweet Gnome, and there's no place like Gnome. Actually, our middle daughter is moving, and this will make a good welcome to your new home card. There are coordinating dies available for all 4 of the gnome homes, and they're available for purchase separately. Finally, the last 2 sets. These are just fun. So we have Quarantini with this fun martini glass and the owl. I'm thinking adding some color and glossy accents to make it shiny. And I love that the sentiments are all separate, so you can make all kinds of combinations. Let's have a Quarantini for your birthday. Let's get day drunk together on video. I miss your face. Sending you a Quarantini. Miss you more than a teeny bit. So just a really fun stamp set. And there is a coordinating die available for that martini glass. And the other fun one is called Crappy Times. And I absolutely love it, and I cannot wait to play with it. So we have the cat wrapped up in toilet paper with a sweet, sweet smile. We have the roll of toilet paper. We have a little mouse sticking out of toilet paper. Thinking of you during these crappy times. Stay strong, like 2-ply. Fun, fun, fun. And there are coordinating dies available for purchase separately. And it will even cut around inside this area here. That's a lot of crafty goodness. The new release will be online Thursday, August 13th at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Your next stamp. Happy birthday. Thank you for bringing us such creative and fun images. With this release, the design team has been sharing inspiration on the blog all week long, and I will link below both the Your Next Stamp store and the Your Next Stamp blog, so you can check it out and see all of the inspiration. So here are the cards that I made using the new release. We'll start with this one. For this one, I made an A2 sized shaker card and the Hammy Happy Birthday. So we have the hamster with the cake, the hamster with the present wearing a hat, and the hamster with the balloon trio also wearing a hat, and then one of the gifts. I stamped them with the black olive ink and colored with Copic markers. Just chose some filler from my stash, and the shaker base is actually the photo booth die. I turned it because I liked the way it fit better with the hamster and balloons. I like to decorate the inside of my cards as well. So I used a panel of pattern paper, the Your Next Stamp stitched rectangles, a sparkly gumdrop from the Rainbow Sparkle Gumdrops package, and one more gift from the Hammy Happy Birthday. My second card is a slimline card, and I wanted to show you that slimline cards fit in a number 10 business envelope. You can see I used the new circle panel die. I die cut it from yellow patterned paper and backed it with a piece of transparency for the shine. It's not a shaker card, but transparencies are inexpensive, they're easy to find, and they're lightweight. And I just love the shine that it gives a card. Easy to adhere with dry tape runner. I added it to the back of the yellow pattern paper and then layered it over a same sized panel of the darker pattern paper in the package. Sending Smiles comes with the Happy Gnomies, and it was stamped on a Your Next Stamp fishtail banner tied with some seam binding. And the frame is so sweet. It is the rectangle scallop frame with piercing marks. And then the Happy Gnome. I have another rainbow sparkle gumdrop in the middle of the flower on the pot. Inside, I have another sentiment from the set and another one of the gnomes from the Happy Gnome set. My third card uses the falling confetti, and it's also a slimline. We'll talk about the striped heart in a minute. I did the falling confetti at the top and the bottom of a panel, stamped the sentiment on a stitched fishtail banner, and added it at an angle. Then I just simply cut off both sides so you don't see the fishtail ends of that banner, and added some gumdrops from white sugar and sparkle. I like to decorate the inside of my cards, so inside is another falling confetti embossed, heat embossed with the same blue and green sparkle embossing powder I used on the front. I used the solid heart from the heart stripes to cut a window, backed it with another transparency piece just because I liked the shine. And these sparkly gumdrops are from the Blueberry Blitz package. Have a Marvelous Day from the Hammy Happy Birthday was stamped on a fishtail banner and popped up with a little bit of foam tape. For the striped heart, I cut it 3 times, once from green, once from blue, and once from white sparkled paper. I also cut 3 solid hearts and added adhesive to the fronts of those, and then just simply started laying down. I worked from the bottom up, and on the first one I added the blue piece, on the second one I added the white piece, and the third one I added the green. Then I just worked my way up the hearts until I had my 3 beautiful sparkly hearts. They're my favorite colors, the blue and the green, so I'm looking forward to using those on another Your Next Stamp project. But for right now, this is my slimline card using the falling confetti and heart stripe. You can see I also added some confetti to the front and back flap of my envelope, and for that I used Distress Oxide inks because it shows up better on a darker cardstock. Those are my cards using the new release. If you liked my video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to see more. And that is it for me today.